Hello and welcome back to today's video. If you really do find value in these videos, please do make sure you subscribe and give us a like, because your like helps others also find this video. Okay, so for today I want to talk to you about reconciling. How do you make sure that what you have in QuickBooks matches what the bank has? And that's the importance of this video. At least reconcile your checkbooks. If you don't reconcile anything else, let me show you how the reconcile feature is done in QuickBooks. Keep in mind that the purpose for reconciling is to make sure that your books match what the bank says. There will be times when you have made a mistake, and there will be times when the bank may have made a mistake, so you want to make sure that you're keeping up with that. Also, we're going to be reconciling a checking account, but you're going to see that you can reconcile your credit card, your loans. You see the whole list of things you could reconcile once you get your statement at the end of the month. You want to come here and click on reconcile option, and you'll see here that the first thing it asks you to do is tell it which account you'd like to reconcile. Now it defaults to the checking accounts, but notice you could reconcile credit cards, any assets, any liability you have here. You can see the list. But so make sure that you reconcile all the important accounts. The statement date is based on the end of last month. So if last month was October, then it will default to the end of November. So go ahead and change that date right here. The next thing you'll see is the beginning balance number, and notice you can't change it. Last month's ending number is this month's beginning number. If you know your balance last month and this time you come in and it's totally different, figure out now what you did, because you won't be able to continue. So a quick little tool that will help you is locate discrepancy down here. What this will do, it will allow you to run a report that will show you any transaction that you had cleared from last month, but you went ahead and deleted them after you reconciled or something like that. So that's very handy when you have to figure out the wrong things that you did. I'll go ahead and cancel for now and go back into the reconcile window. The next thing is the ending balance. Now you want to get that from your bank statement. Don't make that number up. The next thing down here is your service charge and your interest field, and the service charge would be your NSSF fees and all that. Notice the account that your service charges go to, bank service charges, which is an expense account to your business. The interest earned is would go to the income account called the interest income, and they've set it up as an other income type. Let me hit continue, and this is where you really actually get into the reconcile process. What you see on the left is anything that came out of your bank account. It could be checks, it could be electronic fund transfer, it could be ATM, anything that came out of the bank account. Anything that went into the account is on the right. Your job is to check off anything that's on your bank statement. If it's not on the statement, don't check it off. Now, if you see something that should be on the statement and it's not, so just go back and you could add it and to be on this list if you needed to. If you want to change something, double click on that transaction, then you can fix it and save and close. I'm going to go ahead and check off my deposits now. It really doesn't matter which side you work on first. When you've finished checking off the deposits, what you want to do is look down here, and it says how many deposits you have and the credits. Check that to your bank statements and see if they match. So keep an eye on something that looks old too. So notice these are sorted by date. So if you want to sort them by the check number field or the pay here or that, you could. But the way they are sorted, if you click on check number, any transaction with nothing in the check number field will be first, and then they need to see debit, and then you see the checks below that. So remember that checks don't clear. Sometimes people hold them. Sometimes businesses actually never deduct something that they were actually supposed to. So just check out the one that are cleared on your statement and see if your total matches your bank statements. And so if they match, then it should be balanced. So look over here where it says difference, and it should say 0. Now, if it does say 0, if it doesn't say 0, it means something is wrong either on the deposit side or on the credits. So this modify right here, if you click on that, it takes you back to your begin reconciliation, and you can make some changes if it was the wrong balance you entered. If you're out of balance, don't click reconcile now, because what will happen is QuickBooks will pop up and say, would you like me to actually put an entry in your checkbook for you to make everything balanced? And you don't want to do that because it's called false balancing and your numbers won't be correct. So go ahead and figure out what your problem is. If it's a penny, go and look for it. Some people feel lazy to go and check out all that, so it's kind of up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on reconcile now, and it's going to pop up and say, congratulations, your account is balanced. It also gives you a chance to print a copy of this report. Now you don't have to print them if you don't want to, but I want to show you what they look like. But you want to you do make sure you print them, because you will sure be glad you had them if you had to rebuild your account. So let me click on display to show you what it looks like. So the first one is your reconciliation summary. It just gives you a total of all the checks you've cleared, the deposits they cleared, total that were not cleared, and all that. If I close this, you're going to see this is the reconciliation detail, and this shows you each transaction that made up those total. Now, like I say, it's probably a really good idea to print it, even though you may not have need for it. So that's how the reconciliation works. So you want to keep up with this in a progressive order. So you can do January and then you do June. You have to do it in order so that it works out. So please follow through, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you.